want to say grand rising to all of the ancestral spirits, the great mother, the great father, and most of all, I want to give thanks to them for waking me up for to see another day. I also want to give a shout out to all the Moors and say Happy Holy Day. Friday is also known as Venus Day. Okay. Um. So Saturday is Saturn's Day. Um. The calling. A lot of us get the high pitched ring and sound like dee. Um. Some of us also see apparitions of spirits. Um. Some of us see ancestral spirits. That's a part of the calling. Going through uh certain changes in life. If you had near death experiences, I'm just naming some. I'm not, everything is not all in alphabetical order. I'm just giving some examples. Um, Near death experiences. Heck, you might even have out of body experiences. You know what I'm saying? They call it OBE. Um, what else? Psychometry is when you touch somebody's item and you can somebody leave the item and you touch it, you can see everything about them and also you can see the person. That's one of the callings I want to put down too. Telepathy, speaking mind to mind. Um, Clairvoyancy, that's a part of the calling. That's how you know that you've been called and you have gifts. Uh, some of you are experiencing different psychic gifts like pyrokinesis, like pretty much fire bending, pyrokinesis, which is water bending, um, air bending. Uh, did I mention earth bending? Some of you received that. That's part of that call into like a lot of this. I'm just giving you some summaries and stuff like that. So that's what that is. You're going through different stages in this calling, but that high pitched ringing sound is one of the main things that you get. And seeing spirits is another thing. Even seeing ancestral spirits. You see ancestral spirits, that's a higher calling. That means that you're more likely supposed to go into a priestess or priesthood. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna, hey, peace, 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 family. What I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna post up a documentary on this guy that he's a Santerio, and that's an example. Okay, this gentleman, he studied all the religions there is. Um, but Santeria caught his attention, and the story goes is that he went to a bar one day. This is in the documentary, but I'm just summarizing that part. He went to a bar one day, and I believe he was drinking a beer, and he saw this guy drinking a beer, and he saw another bottle. And the guy was like, "Hey, who's that big black woman next to you right there?" And he was like, "You can see her?" He's like, "Yeah, she's right there drinking a beer too." And he was like, "I'm gonna introduce you to my godfather," and so on. No, I'm not a Christian. Um, I'm not a Christian. I'm spiritual. My family, a lot of my family members were Christian. I'm following what my ancestors practiced because my great grandfather was Native American. Hi, how you doing, Wharton? My great grandfather was Native American, and he was also Latino. And my great grandmother was Native American, and she also was indigenous here. And she had I forgot what else. My grandmother was still alive, so she told me everything. That's my grandmother's side. My father's. that they originated and came from Louisiana. And I want to say that they are Creole, and I want to say that they also have, we have, our last name is French, which is Forte. That's like dealing with strength and so on. So my family also have a connection to the Caribbean. Get what I'm saying? And also we have blood linked to Nigeria and Sierra Leone and Liberia, where we have a village in Liberia called Forteville. If you look up two of my cousins, Sherwin and Reggie Forte, they were two of the 6 founding members of the Black Panther Party. Sherwin and Reggie Forte. Sherwin is spelled Sherwin. So they were two of the 6 founding members of the Black Panther Party. True story. And then I'll show you that I had an ancestor that left this country and went to Liberia and helped start Liberia. And we have a village over there called Forteville, which is still thriving to this day. To answer your question, I'm a spiritual person. I don't discriminate against nobody's religion. Whatever works for you works for you. Get what I mean? So, but in this lifetime, you can be a Christian and still be thinking outside the box, because it's bigger than a religious denomination. Besides, the word religion has a root word called religio, which means holding back. You can look that up, by the way. So the calling, many of you heard the call, and many of you probably heard it. That's why it's the same. Many are called, but few are chosen. But you do have these gifts that were God given to you by the great Mother Father, that in this incarnation that you can do. That's why I said some of you have these gifts. And some of you also have in past life dreams. You know what I'm saying? You're having past life dreams, and meaning that you're having dreams of being in ancient civilizations, that you're going through these changes. Get what I'm saying? You're going through these changes, you're going through these transformations, like you're seeing this different lifetime in another ancient civilization, or you could be surrounded by people that more likely could be your spirit guides or ancestors, and they're welcoming you and they're showing you things. Just to sum it all up, the calling is very serious. Some people don't take it seriously. So I just wanted to share that on that note. And there's a book that I have to talk about that calling. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, there's a book called Santeria, the religion or whatever. That's what it's called. But it's a tradition that the Yoruba people practice. And what happened, when the people were enslaved. Thank you. No problem. I appreciate it, Wharton. But yeah, that's what it really is. Like, you know what I'm saying? But the Santeria book can talk about the calling also in there too, where you can see the spirits. You can see, because the ancestral spirits, they choose you. You don't choose them. They choose you. There's no such thing. Oh, I chose them. No, they choose you. They guide you along the way. They are your guardian angel. One might be your guardian angel, or you might have more than, because some people go through these changes and they don't know what's going on with them. They can talk to somebody telepathically, or they could hear somebody say something telepathically to them. You have that gift. Some of you have clairvoyancy. That's another part of the calling. Like, one of the things that people probably can do, you can talk to somebody on the phone and you can see what they're doing. Now, that's serious. That's a serious gift to have. Like, I don't know if any of y'all had that gift. You can talk to somebody, you be like, hey, do you have such and such on? Then they're like, what you mean? Do you have this on? And they be like, you just give them a brief description of what they have on, or a color that you keep seeing around them. And then they say, yeah, I see this. Yeah, I have this white around me. It's my cover. And you're like, oh, wow, I can see that. I mean, you got people that can actually do this. You know what I'm saying? And that's a part of your gifts. That's a part of the calling, too. That's how you know that you have been called to do some great things as well. Like, it's literally no lie. Like some of you, I'm just giving y'all some briefings on some examples. I'm not saying that this is verbatim everything, but you have these gifts. A lot of you have these gifts. Some of you even have um the gift to like premonitions. Premonitions. Um some of you are mediums, know it or not. I'm just saying. You gotta look at that. That's a part of the calling too. Being a medium is a part of the calling. And some of you mediums have the gift of seeing somebody that's stuck here in this physical, and they trying to find their way to what they call paradise. You know what I'm saying? Or the next dimension. You know what I'm saying? There's me and my wife, we watch a lot of documentaries, you know what I'm saying? About stuff like that. We also watch documentaries on werewolves and vampires, all that. We try to watch everything because all the stuff, know it or not, does exist. They just not telling. They put it in the movies and they make it think it's science fiction and it's fantasy. When in actuality, werewolves do exist. They're not telling you. There was this show on HBO, I forgot the name of it, where this gentleman, he lived in Louisiana, and he met this young lady. True story. It was in the documentary. I just can't remember the name of it. And he said she was beautiful. And he asked out on a date, right? Next thing you know, she told him to meet him at. He thinking he going to meet her at her house. Instead, he met her he was at a basketball court where these other guys was playing basketball. So he was waiting for her. She never showed up, but she did show up. Getting to that. So while he waiting for her, he just said, "The heck with him, play basketball with the guys." And it started getting late, so she never showed up at the location until this happened. So they were walking, walking after the game, and they heard a creature. They turned around. It was a werewolf. This is fact, because this is also happening in Louisiana a lot. They not putting it out on the news media. So the guy said, "This is a werewolf." He said, "This is a mother effing werewolf." So he realized, I'm summarizing real quick, he realized that it was the girl that he met at his job that was the werewolf, and she was going to pretty much feast on him. I think they call them the Vugavoo or the Rougarou. One of them, that's what they call them in Louisiana. I could be wrong on pronouncing it. That's what they call them in Louisiana, and they are actually being sighted in Louisiana a whole lot. And everybody know that Louisiana, New Orleans is home of New Orleans voodoo and all of that. That right there, you had to have a calling on that. Like I said, the ancestral spirits have to call you on you. They choose you. You know what I'm saying? But in all actuality, you'll know that you've been called. High-pitched ringing sound could be in your right ear, could be in your left ear, could be both ears. The right ear is letting you know that you're in tune. The left ear always let you know you gotta get back in tune. Yes. Yo, Big Tim, what's up, my brother? Yeah. Yes, exactly, my brother. Yeah. Hey, Big Tim, you see we growing, bro. We see we growing now. We growing, brother. We growing. I'm glad you hung in there, man. Everybody, this is Tim. This brother, he followed me when I was on an old channel being featured on there, and he saw that I'm not making none of this stuff up. But yo, like I'm telling y'all that look up the Rougarou. I think it's called the Rougarou or the Rougarou. I gotta ask my wife, and next time I come on here, I will let y'all know what it is really pronounced, because she good with the pronouncing of the words. Maybe one day she'll be on here. You know what I'm saying, talking to y'all. You know what I'm saying? And my wife is Dominican, man. So it's like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she be knowing stuff too. But let me see what else. Another thing that you can tell by another way of knowing that you've been called, you see things differently than others. Like you're not stuck in a box. You get what I mean? You're not stuck in a box. You're seeing everything differently than others. You're seeing You're seeing more. You're not just seeing one thing when you're analyzing. You see, you know what I mean, how can I put it? You see three. You see, instead of seeing one, you see probably three or four things because you're looking outside of the box. You're not trapped in. In other words, you're not stuck in the matrix. You know, it's something outside of this matrix, and you're literally knowing this, and you can feel it in your vessel, which is your physical body. You can feel it, and you know it. Um, how many of you even had cold chills? Like just cold chills, you can sit down, you warm, and you just start doing like this, you start shaking. That's also that you know that you're not alone in that house or in that location. Okay, like me and my wife was watching that on a documentary about people that are mediums that get the little cold chill. You know what I'm saying? They can just sit there and they just feel a little cold chill and they just start doing a little shake, a little shimmy. Um, that's letting you know that you're not in that location by yourself. Um, there's so many different callings. Some of you are also getting a call to start doing herbalism. That's a part of the calling too, because you need to be. We need herbalists. A lot of people don't even know that. Even towards being an herbalist, the spirits are guiding you into being an herbalist. They'll guide you on what herb is for what and so on. Some of you even probably had relatives that were herbalists, witch doctors, which you just called shamans, and so on. It's important to find out, if you can, from relatives, the elders in your family, to find out what their great grandma and granddad was into or what their parents were into, because you might have been passed down, they might have been passed down generation to generation or skip generations and came to you. Because you got to remember, you volunteered to come here on this plane to do great things. Those that are watching, you came here to do great things. And you heard that call. Some of you also have your hands probably pulsate with a lot of heat coming from your hands, like a lot of energy, a lot of heat pulsating from your hands, right? That is also a part of that calling, which means that you're a healer too, doing Reiki or something with your hands, healing people with your hands. You have what they call gifted hands. You know, that's a part of the calling as well. There's so many different callings that need to be touched upon. But I just wanted to go into that detail about what it could be and give you some examples. And I hope you all follow me. And I want to say, if there's any questions, feel free whenever I come on here, just fire away with the questions and I'll answer them the best way possible. And by the way, I'm going to talk to the brothers today to see if they're willing to be featured on not this live, not the next live, but if they can, the next live or the next coming or the following live after that one. So y'all can see what we are on, so y'all can see what we talk about and what we touch bases on. Okay? So I want to let y'all know that I got to get ready to go. Feel free to just, ask questions in the comment section, and I will answer those questions best way possible. Okay? I want to say peace, love, light, darkness, supreme balancement to the universe. And also, I want to give thanks to everybody that's watching. I want to say, hey, I love all of you. And I want to let y'all know that you are special. You always will be. You're always great. And you always have that high vibrational vibe about you. Don't let nobody ruin it. Don't let nobody take that from you. Because you are most definitely created to do great things. And it's me, Green Light. I'm out. I'll be back. Peace.